Good morning, y'all. Good morning. This is Keys again with the low GTI here, having some fun. Don't worry about the mess. She's a mess. She's getting work done. Um, First thing I'm focusing on right now, starting this morning, a few days ago, uh, shaving the bay, removing all the harness, wires, whatever. That's that I don't want to see in front of me in the engine bay. I'm hiding everything, talking everything. We're trying to figure out like where I want everything to be routed to. So far, I got this thing that I have to deal with, this mess here. I was thinking about pulling it all the way through and then put like pull it from through here. There's a grommet here where the main harness came through. I was gonna push everything in and then pull this whole thing through that hole, and then everything is gonna be routed underneath the ABS and then come here. That's why I have it like marked up like this. So this is just a vacuum line for my gauge. Yeah, my gauge sitting here, the extra gauges. This is a vacuum one for boost or whatever. Uh, yeah, this is your power harness for the car. So that's where all your 12 and stuff come in. Not this. This. This one either, actually. Is it this one? One, two, three. Yeah. Okay. So this whole thing here is for the yeah for your power. There you go. Labeled everything. This is everything that came from that little fuse box that is sitting on top of your battery on the MK4 one and everything. This is that. Since I'm also doing battery relocation, this I have to figure out something else for them. I don't want them to be up here at all. So I might let's see here. I was thinking one option would be, let's see, rewiring them. Obviously it's gonna be hidden. The whole thing would be taught with those, obviously. And then the same little battery tray that was sitting here, we're gonna use them four holes to put a tiny box just as the distribution box. That's gonna be right here, and then all these or your fuses and stuff would be right here, and then these would be wired into this thing. Um, these are your. This is horns for the front, we usually sit right here. So those are just gonna be right there. This whole mobile jumbo thing is your fan and headlight, um, module, fan signals, um, actual power for your fan, radiator fans and stuff. Uh, Here, I think you have that's also still for the other thing. I remember this one was the. I don't remember exactly, but I'll tell you later. Um, this is the headlight thingy. It's already in a good place. These I haven't checked which one it goes to yet, but yeah, everything that's here is gonna be routed, tucked, mounted up here. Like everything can be hidden right under this frame thing that on this side. Um, on this side, passenger side, I already moved. There's so many wires. I know it's intimidating. Sorry about the plastic thing is because I put this to cover it from the rain. Um, I already started doing everything. ECU is gonna stay in the OEM place. I'm gonna keep my wrench tray. I'm not cutting everything off crazy and stuff like that. I don't want it to be like fully car show because I want it to be functional. I'm keeping my wipers, so I want to keep this. Washer, the washer jets and stuff like that. I removed this whole thing, the whole washer thing already, but I do feel like I want a washer system still. So it might not be the giant pump, whatever this is that came with the car, the OEM one, but we can probably make up a smaller little system that can be compact and hidden. Oh. And so far, on the passenger side, again, like I was saying, Right. Okay, this is for here as well. This is your little blinker to the side that comes into the side usually. Those are your washer hoses. Okay, they go and connect to that little pump, reservoir pump, and stuff that be sitting here. So that's what this is. So those are not being touched yet, as I don't know what I'm doing with them for now. Um, then so far we already pulled through a few of the wires. We gotta move this box because I was just checking things. Gotta clean this whole thing up, remove this box, place the wire properly, and then put the box back on because this is where your filter goes. Cabin air filter goes in this box, and then straight in there is your blower and everything. So I'm gonna keep everything clean and proper. I don't want the car to look like too custom. I want it to stay functional, like OEM function, but looking crazy, if that makes sense. And these wires here, I know it's a lot. This is my wheel speed sensor on the passenger side, and you have two of those. So one on passenger, one driver. So this is the passenger one. These are your headlights on the passenger side. Few sensors, and then your washer connectors. That's where these are, and that's why it's here. Normally, everybody just run them on the side, on the body side of this. I don't feel like doing it, even though I just realized there's a whole wire hold right here, wire holder. So it's supposed to be like right here, maybe like right there. No, run them like that. It's not gonna just be full wire. It's gonna be loomed up and everything like covered. We don't want wires sitting like this, bare wires sitting like this. And then this, you know, it's supposed to be all the way front this way, but we want it to sit. This is how usually people do it. How I've seen most people do it so far is just running your wires straight to the fender, straight to the fender well thingy and stuff, and then your cable came out right in the front like this. You can connect your stuff. And if you need to extend anything, then you do your little extension and stuff like that. But so far, that's what I have. This one, I haven't touched yet. This one is because this is what it is again. I touched that already. What was this one? Oh, this is the coolant. Yeah, this is the coolant level sensor, which might be removed fully because we don't have the coolant ball anymore. We're doing a coolant ball delete. So this is a no go. This is a gun connector, unless I want to actually have this be useful in the new system I'm making. That's this, and then we have this slow one here. They're just running everywhere. This is your. This goes to the O2, and also this is not OEM. It's just the O2 for again for the gauges, so we know what's going on up front and stuff like that. Extra gauges. Um, I'm gonna move that since it's just one wire. We're just gonna move that. It's a signal wire. We're just gonna move it and then run it to the actual body. So from the inside, the car dash and everything, boom, is gonna be on the inside instead. And here we have this. I moved it to the side a little bit, but it is usually right here. It sits right there like that. This is your O2 sensor um, harness. This was with the I don't remember exactly which this one was, but this got capped off because I have the SAI delete. So I don't have secondary pumps or anything. So that's why this is capped off. And I mean, this whole side of the harness is literally useless, just sitting here for no reason. This is the O2 that goes all the way through in the back. We have to undo this, and then we route this to the inside, like inside the cab, and then drill it from the floor, and then come out from the under, and just connect it right there where it's supposed to be at the original location. So all this would be gone. There's not gonna be any wires showing on this side like that. None of this is gonna be here. This which is my power steering line. This is the power steering return line for the reservoir. So that's why your oil power steering fluid goes back in. This is the return line. So it's a low pressure side. This is the low pressure side. So what we're gonna do here, because I don't want this to be standing here, because again, we're not gonna have this power steering pump sitting here, reservoir. We're gonna do relocation for that too. So we're cutting this right here and then just putting a hose, flexible hose, probably something like that. I'll look for the perfect one. If I don't go full AN feeding with everything, then I'm just gonna get some like proper hose to just like tag it from here and then run it under to go to where I'm putting the tank, the reservoir for the power steering fluid. Power steering reservoir is gonna be right here, so line is gonna come from here straight through, boom, connecting. No more power steering showing. Done. Now we move. We still keeping heat and stuff because we got AC. I'm gonna keep my AC, so we're keeping these. Um, Booster, master cylinder, and everything here on this side. I'm keeping my master cylinder here. I was thinking about moving it and hide it somewhere else, like make it compact, like fully clean shave bay. But I don't care about the amount of work it takes. It's just like it's gonna take me time that I don't want to spend doing this, if that makes sense. So maybe down the line, I might try to figure out if I still want to move it down or move it away. But for now, I think it's gonna stay here, and then clean up everything and just keep this the way it is. Because all we're doing is really cleaning this and stuff like that. Because there was a bunch of nonsense around this bay. It's an older car, but this is the issue here that we have to figure it out. I don't know yet. I might just loom it and then make some type of cover. I know there's a rain tray, this which is right here. I don't know. I haven't checked if I wanted to reuse this rain tray crap, but rain tray, which is we call also this the waterfall, is also considered to be called waterfall. The waterfall tray. It sits right here usually, like that, and then all wiring from this just run through and comes down to wherever it needs to go. We don't want that. We don't want that because these wires, we want them to be hidden. So what we can do is maybe using this again to cover it, or you can just use the top cover of this. Okay, I might figure it out from there. The top cover, we're gonna just use the top side. I'm gonna cut it, use the top side with the cover on it, the wiring that are gonna be in there, and then cover is gonna be covered like this, and then all you will see is just this. You're not gonna see the wires because master cylinder is gonna be right there in front of everything, so all the wires will just go slid right behind this, and then come back up. And like I already mentioned, when it comes to other wires that need to be moved around on the driver side, uh, those usually used to be sitting right here. It's two relays on there, 528 and 100. I think I remember that's what they wrote on them. We'll get that. Yeah, this is the signal from the other side of the harness because the harness for the GTI is pretty much like pieces. It's not a one full thing that every wire is connected to or something like that. So it's in sections. This is a section. We had multiple sections in there. This is the engine. I'm test feeding wiring and see what I'm cutting and what I don't need and stuff. Um, so for this one, um, I'm excited about it, but at the same time, I feel like it doesn't need. I don't need the whole rest of it because it doesn't do anything really, to be honest with you. And most of them are big like this, capped. So not used. This whole thing here, same situation. It goes to your SAI and stuff, goes over the whole bay for no reason. So I might chop this off and keep only this section of it. Because this section, you have your starter wire here, starter loom, starter for this one, and then you get your reverse light signal here. That's your reverse light. So if you don't put this, when you put the car in reverse, the light would not turn on and people would not know you're backing up. So those are important. And this one obviously is a 12 volt from the battery. Obviously, you remember these things from the top, fuse box, distribution box, or whatever. So all this have to be with the power thing, but this will be matching to it at some point. And so far, yeah. And like I said, this one also is gonna be going to this hole right here. There's usually a hole always here. There's always a hole here. It's your like your drain thingy for the rain tray, so water just comes out of here when it doesn't sit in here. Um, the best thing to do when you're working on these things is usually you cut the hole bigger. It's usually like this. That's the size of the hole usually is down there. So I cut this little piece stop on both sides, and then now the hole is bigger for the connectors and stuff like that to just slide in. You know, is that it's not just whatever this is sensors, yeah, for stuff like that to come in through. These are staying inside, and then other wires will kind of come out same way and then run through the body and stuff like that. But since on this side is not much going on, this might just I'm gonna think I might just run it here to the body, slide it to the rail, and then go straight into here. The same way the ABS and brake line is coming to here. Your wire is going, so it's not nothing is gonna touch it, and it will come out right behind the master cylinder, which also would literally hide it. And then all the wires would go under the frame, just everything else, just like that. So far, this is what we got looking at. All right, chop chop, back to work.